Hey everyone, welcome back to Dress Your Face Live. Today's class is actually a wrap up of my favorite products that came out in 2016 so that I can share that with you as my top beauty picks. What I really love about this class also is that I'm going to also give you a bunch of coupon codes. That's right, you guys have been waiting for the special exclusive coupon codes that are just for my DYF members. So I have a list of those as well that I'm going to be sharing with you as I share different products with you. And then I have more after class that I'll be listing. And then of course, for those of you out there that are DYF certified, if you have an actual certificate from me, then you can also apply for higher rate discounts through lines that actually have a pro program on a website. So I'll share all that with you after class. But first things first, I want to show you my top beauty picks of 2016, as well as a couple of items that I realized I actually really love that I didn't know before. Things that have been out for longer than 2016 that you guys probably have been already in love with, but I wanted to also share how much I love a couple of those items as well. So I'll also be talking about those afterward. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with skin, and I'm going to begin this little show and tell moment with LC Cosmetics. So LC Cosmetics came out with a couple of items this past year. One is it's called Glow Enhancer. This is a dry oil for the face. It's not greasy. It is a dry oil, which means that it's for all skin types. You don't have to be super dry to wear this. It's an enhancer when it comes to radiance on the skin. It has little particles of some sort of reflective quality in this, which actually makes the skin look very glowy, and you can actually mix it with foundation to create a glowy finish. Now, I used this on several of my clients who preferred a much more natural look instead of a heavier foundation that I usually use, and it worked really well to mix with those products. So this is one of my top picks of 2016 from LC Cosmetics called the Glow Enhancer. Now, another LC product that came out this year was the Pearl Radiance Primer. And the thing I like about this is that, again, it's for all skin types. So whether you're dry or oily or somewhere in the middle, this will work just fine for you. One thing I noticed is when you put it on, it's a little bit white, but as you rub it in and your skin drinks it, it's completely clear. So none of the white should ever show through. And it actually really feels very nourishing on the skin. My clients really like it, and I massage it into their skin before every appointment. So these are my two picks from LC Cosmetics. What I'll do is I want to show you how the dropper works. Basically, it's this oil, and you just drop it onto your skin, or you can mix it with another product. And as you can see, it just has this incredible glowy shine to it. When you rub it in all the way into the skin, it leaves a very kind of a soft glow. And I really like that. It's not super greasy, like I said. It actually, once your skin drinks it, it feels dry to the touch, but not dry. It feels hydrated dry, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just not greasy, not oily. So that's definitely something that I'm happy with. And the primer basically is like a white lotion. And when you apply it, as you can see, it's a little white in the beginning, but as your skin drinks it, it just rubs right in, and it's very, very silky soft. So this works excellent for all skin types. So yay, LC Cosmetics. You can find these on lccosmetics.com, or I believe lc.com, but you can find them on Instagram under LC Cosmetics. So moving on, we've now covered face glow, we've covered primer. Now moving on to foundation and like palettes and stuff. You guys have probably heard about this man right here, AJ Crimson. AJ Crimson is a makeup artist who has worked with so many different high-end clientele. He's been in the industry for quite a while, and actually one of my students showed me his page on Instagram and told me all about him, and I realized that he had some products that were getting a lot of really good reviews. So when he finally got in touch with me a while later, so this is more recent, he told me about his artist kit and how he wanted to be a part of my tour this year. It wasn't actually a tour. I'm pregnant, so I wasn't on tour, but I did do a very special masterclass in San Francisco, and he wanted to give a very custom gift to all my students, and he told me about the artist kit. So the artist kit came out before 2016. However, I received all his colors when he sent them to me so that I can test them before approving them for my students at the masterclass, because that's what I do. I don't want to just give whatever, So what I like to do is when companies want to be a part of my goodie bags, I have them send me something so I can test it and really love it and approve it and then give it to my students, because I don't want any random stuff in the bag. I want things that I would actually use on stage and in real life. So when AJ Crimson sent me his whole line, he said, why don't you actually pick out your top 6 favorite colors and we'll put it in your own kit. So it is its own custom kit on the AJ Crimson website. If you go to ajcrimson.com, there's a bunch of his artist kits, and I think mine is the last one. It's basically just a kit that I picked the colors of, but he already had those colors. So I didn't make this kit. I only picked the colors that I thought would be the most appropriate for my clientele, which ranges from super light to super dark, but a lot of in-betweeners. So ta-da, here it is. These are the colors that I ended up picking for the artist kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch all of them so you can see how light and how dark each one is. Basically, this one here is the lightest one. These are all foundations, but they're great covers. So you can use them as concealer, you can use them as highlight and contour as well. So what I wanted to do was give a kit to my students that actually had everything in it, where you don't have to buy so many different kits to survive. So basically this is a foundation color or a highlight color. Same here for the foundation for medium skin tones, or you can use this as a highlight for more medium to tan skin tones. Over here we have more of a peach undertone, which works well for dark circles on fair skin. And then this one's more of an orange undertone, which works more as a corrector for dark circles on more pigmented skin. And then over here we have the contour shades, which are also foundation shades for darker skin tones. So what I love is that they're very creamy, they're very blendable, they don't dry super fast, so there is some play time. You can dilute it with, if you want to mix it with either a primer or an oil for very, very dry skin. If you want, you can do that. But because these are cream, I wouldn't mix it with an oil. I would probably just mix it with a little bit of the lotion primer and dilute it that way. But honestly, I don't like diluting my product. I love to use it straight. So with a spatula, you can take some out, mix it, you can create custom blends of these colors if someone's in between. And it's really essential for a makeup artist to have something like this in their kit. And so I fell in love with AJ Crimson's artist kit. So here are the swatches, and then I'm gonna tell you my coupon code. So the lightest one looks like this. And that would be one that I would use for highlight or for my very, very fair skin clients. And then we have this one here, which is just a few shades darker, and that would make a really nice foundation color as well, or a highlight, like I said, on medium skin. And then we have this one here, which is the lighter peach. Okay, if you can see, I'll keep it away from the light so that you can see a little bit better. So that's the lighter peach, and then I want to show you that darker orange. Okay, so that's that darker orangey shade in comparison to the lighter peach. And then we have this tan shade here, which makes a really nice like contour shade on like more medium to tan skin tones. So that's that one. or you can use it as a concealer for dark skin tones. And then lastly, the darkest one that I picked, which is that right there. So now you can see side by side the lightest and the darkest together, and you see how creamy they are. So I want to show you how they blend as well. So I'm just going to kind of swirl them together so you guys can see how easy it is to blend. But it works really well. It's very creamy, and it has good staying power as well, but I would definitely use enough powder over it to make it last longer, because with any type of cream products, if you use cream by itself, it's not going to last on your skin because it's just too moisturizing. So you'll definitely need a powder to put on. So I just mixed all of this, and you can see the coverage, how smooth it is, and it was just very, very easy to blend. So I highly recommend this palette. And for the discount code, I have one which is really special actually. There's a couple discount codes, but since you guys are my students, you get the higher discount code, which would be AJ Crimson is DYF Academy. So DYF Academy on ajcrimson.com will get you 35% off of anything on their site. And that's actually 5% more than their regular pro discount for other people that enroll. So anyone else with any other certificate would get 30%. My students, you guys would get 35% by using the code DYF Academy. You can also basically stock up on some of the other stuff that he has on his site, but this is definitely the one thing that I would pick. So enjoy that discount code. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. Let me just wipe off my hands so I can do more swatches for you. The next thing that I wanted to show you is, of course, something that I'm sure you guys are not even surprised that I'm showing you this. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. And I have been using this in almost all of my classes. I love it so much. And so this is what it is. It's the Ultimate Glow Kit. So the name is Ultimate Glow. This glow kit actually features 6 shades instead of the 4 that come in her other glow kits, the square ones that she has. So those other ones are amazing too. That glow kit, which is the warmer set, is the one that I used to use all the time until this one came out, and now I use this one all the time because it has lighter colors and darker colors all mixed in. So I'll show you a few of the swatches, and you guys can decide what you think. And one that I really love for lighter skin is Snow, which basically just looks like that. It's a very, very smooth light shade. And then I have White Sand here, which I use more often on almost all of, do you see that like reflection? That's crazy. I use this on almost all of my clients. And then we have Golden Dawn, which is more of a warmer tone. So you can see the kind of yellow gold in there. Looks really, really reflective as well. And then we have Sunray, which is basically just a little bit less yellow than the other one. It's a little bit more on the bronze side. I don't know if you can see any difference on the camera, but in person you can see that it's a little bit less yellow gold. And then we have Amber Gold, which is self-explanatory. It's more of an amber gold. That's this one here on this side. That's Amber Gold. And then lastly, we have Hot Sand, which is the darkest out of all of them. And that's this one here. So that would look really, really good on deeper skin tones or for a very natural glow all over. So I think this palette's very versatile. There's something for everyone in here. So that's why I've chosen this palette to feature for my 2016 favorites. So moving on now to more affordable brands for when it comes to like contouring and highlighting and things like that. I really wanted to show you how much I absolutely love LA Girl Cosmetics and LA Color Cosmetics. Now, I'm not 100% sure when this contour palette came out from LA Colors. All I know is that I discovered it this year and I loved it so much that I wanted it a part of my masterclass this past year. And so basically it comes with, there's 2 color choices. I'll show you both of them. These are the 2 color choices. I'm gonna try, there we go, so that there's no glare. So these are the 2 color choices. This one is for the more fair to medium. It's called light to medium. And then this one is called medium to deep. So as you can see, the light to medium has a lot of the more ivory tones and it has that banana color there. And then the more medium to deep one has some more warmer tones, peach tones, and corrective colors, which I love in this one. So you guys pretty much are exposed to a lot of these colors already out there in the market, but I wanted to swatch a couple of these tones for you from the medium to deep palette, which I really, really, really love. For one, this soft peach color is very perfect for like my skin coloring and medium tones. And this darker peach, I would love to use on a more caramel skin tone as a corrective. Do you see how like warm that is? So if you guys ever have any issues with products like powder products going on and looking very gray on you when you're trying to correct under eye circles and things like that, this is definitely a set that you would love. It's super low cost, but high quality, very smooth, refined pigment. And as you can see, the actual color pigment is definitely good with the color payoff. And these type of orangey tones that come in this palette are excellent for those of you who end up looking very ashy with powder on. And of course, the darker ones for the actual bronzing are excellent. And it still does come with a light tone for those of you who do want a nice bright highlight. So I absolutely highly, highly recommend the LA Colors I Love Makeup contour palette in medium deep, and then there's also the light to medium. So definitely worth checking out. For LA Color, they also have a whole line of cosmetics that are absolutely super fun to start off with, especially if you guys are on a budget. LA Girl and LA Color Cosmetics are very, very budget friendly. So definitely look into that. And then as far as the shimmer highlighting, one of my favorite lower cost items that came out, which I mean, it blew me away, you guys. I even did a post on it on Instagram, and I very rarely post about like a specific product. I like to do more like makeovers and things like that and use product in it. But this one, I just absolutely loved it so much that I was like, I'm posting it. It's the LA Girl Cosmetics Strobe Light Strobing Powder. This is basically a very, very illuminating highlight compact powder, and it comes in several different shades. I think it starts at like 10 watt. It's like in lights. It's crazy. It's the colors are so, they're named after the wattage of a light bulb. So 10 watt is more of like just a little bit of an illuminating, it's like a darker one. And then like 120 watt would be like a super, super bright one. The two that I've chosen to show you, which are my personal picks, is 80 watt and 100 watt. So the 80 watt looks like this. It's super shiny and amazing. And bam, do you see the smoothness of the pigment? And that shine is incredible. I absolutely love it. And then here's the 100 watt for those of you who want to really like beam like a light bulb. That's nuts. Like the first time I tried these, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. LA Girl, like you just totally stepped it up to a level that I didn't think was possible. This is something that you guys should definitely tap into. It's amazing. Again, it's called the Strobe Light Strobing Powders, and it comes in so many different shades, so I'm sure you'll find something that works well for you, but my personal picks are 80 watt and 100 watt. Those two are my favorites in the whole set. There's also some that are a little bit more rosy tone, more bronzy tone, more silvery tone. So if you guys are into any of those colors, you can definitely enjoy that. And I do have a coupon code for LA Girl Cosmetics as well, which might change, so I will update you in case it changes. But for now, it's LA Girl Cosmetics coupon code, which is the website lagirlusa.com. The coupon code is Tamana20 for 20% off. Usually their coupon codes only offer 10% off, but for my students only, it is 20% off on top of their already super low prices that you just cannot beat anywhere else. So 20% off Tamana20, it's spelled T-A-M-A-N-N-A 20, okay? So write that down, Tamana20 for 20% off of LA Girl Cosmetics. So that's that. So now we're gonna move on to my final skin product, face product, I guess, which would be the blushes. Now, I think you guys probably can guess what blush palette I'm gonna whip out right now, and that would be the Big Blush Book by Tarte Cosmetics. I have used this in so many of my makeup videos, in most of my classes. You guys already know how much I love this. This is from Tarte Cosmetics, and it comes with all of these amazing colors right here. What I absolutely love about this palette is that it has enough shades in each kind of color category. So you have the plums, you have the nudes and neutrals, you got the corals, you got the pinks, and then you have a shimmer one right here, and then you have a total nude right in there. So it's basically something for everybody, and I love mixing blushes too, so there's a lot of times where I'll use more than one. One of my favorite colors on everyone would be Exposed. It looks like it's nothing, but when it comes on, you actually do get to see some of the color, and I really love Dollface for like my pastel, like Barbie doll looks. So those are my like top two that I love to use. And then Blushing Bride right over here with a hint of that plum undertone looks really good on the outer parts. And then you can always put in like a more pastel shade right on the apple. So anyways, I really love this Big Blush Book by Tarte. They have two that came out. I'm currently still using the first one, the original. So that's the one that I've picked for my 2016 favorite in the blush category. So for Tarte Cosmetics, they actually do have a pro discount program, but you have to show your certificate. So if you have a Dress Your Face certification, you can go ahead and go to the Tarte Pro discount section on their website and send it in, and they will approve you for 40% off. So we are already pre-approved for Tarte Cosmetics, 100% success rate on that. So if you're DYF certified, you will be in for 40%. That's a huge savings. So now let's move on to eyes. This is one of my favorite things because you guys love eyes, and so do I. So I mean, I'm really into face a lot, but I kind of have my staple favorites that I don't really change from. These are the ones that I'm just like, wow, blown away. But for eyes, a lot of new things came out that I was like really excited about. So my number one 2016 pick for the eye department is, I'm sure you guys can guess, because I pretty much have used this in almost every class this year. The Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is by far my favorite 2016 palette. The first time I saw this was in a picture on Anastasia's page before I got it in the mail, okay? So when I saw it, I was like, that's a lot of really warm kind of cranberry colors. Why would you have 3 reddish colors in one palette and then 3 orangey browns in one palette and so many like of the same kind of color? I was super confused why she would group well, Norvina does most of the coloring, why she would group all this together. And I figured maybe the textures were different and the color payoff was a little bit different. And that's exactly why. They know what they're doing. They've been in the industry forever. They don't make mistakes like that. So when I tried it for the first time, I was kind of like, okay, whatever, it's just a lot of the same thing. But oh my God, I love it. It's not a lot of the same thing. Every color has its own quality, its own difference, its own undertone. Some of them are a little bit more on the brown side, some of them are a little bit more on the orange side, although I personally like to mix and create kind of my own shades. This is like almost like having a palette that's pre-mixed for you, so you don't even have to mix anything, you just layer. And what I love about it is that there's so many matte, I love matte shades. Like, you guys know how much I use mattes and how little I use shimmer. Even though I'm known for my glitter looks and my shimmery eyes, but that's only on the lid. Everywhere else is super matte. So having a palette that has enough mattes in there is very, very essential. And there's a few shimmers in here. There's about three, there's 3 shimmers in here, which is more than enough. That's all I ever really need. So definitely, this is an amazing palette. I'm not even gonna swatch it because I've used it in almost every single video this year. So go watch those videos if you missed them. This palette you have to have. If it's not sold out, buy it. Literally, it's gonna make your makeovers go so much quicker because you don't have to pile on so much color. The pigment's amazing. So that is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. And now I'm going to move on to eyeliner. And there's 2 eyeliners that I picked for 2016, and both of them are from Tarte Cosmetics. Actually there's another eyeliner too that I want to talk about. That's from another company, but these 2 are from Tarte. One of them is the Double Take eyeliner. This is the Tarteist Double Take eyeliner. Ta-da, this is what it looks like. It is a really, really convenient pen. I have one in my personal kit, and I have 2 in my makeup artist kit, and it's actually pretty easy to clean in between clients. Just spray it with a little bit of alcohol and wipe it off. But one end is a black pencil, which is a very good black, a very nice creamy black. And I like to use this on the bottom here. Sometimes I'll use it for my top too, but on my clients I'll use it on the waterline. And then you can always set it with eyeshadow, like black eyeshadow, and then it'll stay like forever. And then the other side is a liquid. And it is basically a felt tip pen, which is super easy to glide on. It doesn't fray at the tip. It's very, very sharp at the tip, if you can see this. It is amazing because you can literally draw like the thinnest wing ever with this thing. And by the way, I'm wearing the liquid on the top on my eyes right now, and I did the wing with this felt tip pen. So it definitely works really well. It makes life a little bit easier. What I love about a felt tip pen is that you can literally stamp across your eyelid and then connect at the end without a brush splitting or creating a mess or globs. This will not glob up. So this is my one of my picks for eyeliner. And then another Tarte item that I really love, which, by the way, if you're DYF certified, you get 40% off of Tarte, like I said, is the Tarteist Clay Paint Liner. Now, here's the thing that makes this so amazing in my eyes. You guys know how much I love the Inglot number 77 gel liner, right? This is the black gel liner, which is super, super black, but it comes in a pot, and every time you open it, a bunch of air gets in and it dries up so fast. Like, it's almost impossible to have the Inglot gel liner last very long at all, because it's just going to get hard, and then you have to use a dropper liquids to mix in and re-wet it and all that stuff, and that part kind of gets a little annoying. What I love about the Tarteist Clay Paint Liner is that it's in a squeeze tube, so air cannot get in here. It is a seal. It's a very small nozzle, and you squeeze the eyeliner onto your palette or onto the back of your hand, or however you want to do it. That's a lot, sorry, but whatever. This is what it looks like. It's super black and amazing, and it even comes with this angled eyeliner brush, which is really awesome. So you just take a small amount and then you can literally paint it and create whatever thickness you want. So if you want to go super thick, press the brush really hard like that. If you want to go really thin, then make sure you are wiping off the brush a little bit and don't go super hard. Just paint thinner strokes so you can get a thinner wing like that. So I really think it's amazing. It's something that's not going to dry up on you because it is in a tube. I mean, hello, talk about genius. I should have thought about this myself and marketed it. So anyways, those are my two favorite Tarte liners that came out in 2016. Love, love, love. Now there's one more liquid liner that came out, I believe also in 2016. I may be wrong, but that's when I discovered it. It's from Pink Orchid Studio and it's called the Lit liquid liner, and they had contacted me to be a part of my masterclass goodie bag, and so like I said, I wanted to test it first, make sure I love it, and then approve it. So they sent me one, and oh my god, it's awesome. I have no complaints on it whatsoever. And normally I'm not even really into liners that have a brush applicator, because sometimes the brush tip like spreads and gets messed up, and then you have this one brush hair that's sticking up and then it messes up your eyeliner. But this has such a nice firm brush that it doesn't do that. And the other cool thing about it is that it's waterproof. So a lot of my brides love that liquid liner look, but I kind of stay away from liquid liner. I'd rather use like a gel like Inglot or something, or the Tarte one, to do their top liner to make it look like a liquid, but it lasts a lot longer, because liquids tend to disappear when you're crying. But because this is waterproof, now I can offer my brides a very dark liquid line swoop without worrying that it's going to come right off as soon as they cry. So Pink Orchid Studio Lit Waterproof Liner, that's what this is. Now, one more thing for the eye, actually a couple more things for the eyes, but the next thing that I'm going to talk about, let me just go ahead and wipe all this off real quick, is something from Benefit Cosmetics, who also has a pro discount program and has pre-approved all of my DYF certified artists out there. So if you're DYF certified, you will be immediately approved for the Benefit 40% off discount program, which is a pro discount program. They're going to require you to send in a copy of the certificate. But once you do, you will be in and golden for your 40% off. And that would be the brow products. Ta-da! The brow products from Benefit, which came out, I believe, in January of 2016. I was actually January? No, I think it was in May. Yeah, it was not in January. I'm so sorry. I think it was right before summertime. I was supposed to go to Vegas for their unveiling of this product. I think it was in May, because that was around the time that I really had to stay back with my family. So I wasn't able to go, but then of course I got all the products in the mail and I was like blown away. I didn't know what to expect, but I should have known better. Benefit's known for their brow services, right? Their brow bar. And of course they're going to come out with amazing brow products. They already had some of these. Some of them are just repackaged, but others are brand new. So here are the items that are brand new that I was just like, oh my God, Benefit just blew my mind. Goof Proof Brow Pencil from Benefit Cosmetics. Oh my God, I was so happy to see this. One side is a spoolie where you just blend and groom. The other side is this really cool angled pencil. And it's in this kind of almost like a triangular shape. So there's one edge that has a very, very sharp tip where you can actually create little brow hairs. And then if you use the whole flat edge, you can actually do more of the fill-in and the structuring of the brow. There's so many edges to this brush where it's almost like having 4 brushes 4 pencils in one. It's insane. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. Now, if you guys aren't into the different angles and just want one very easy, very thin brow pencil, then you would like the Precisely My Brow Pencil. Precisely My Brow Pencil has also the same spoolie at one end, but the other end, instead of having that angular pencil, it has a very, very fine tipped, very skinny, fine tipped pencil, which you can just do very, very fine tuning on your brow and then kind of just do your little strokes as well. So for those of you who like a very fine pencil, go with this. And for those of you who want that versatile, fine and thick, then go with the Goof Proof. Now, the other item that they came out with that collection is more colors of the Gimme Brow. So Gimme Brow is actually a brow gel. It's a small, do you see how tiny this is? It's really cool because you're supposed to tease it in your brow hair, like rub back and forth. And the little fibers in this product attach to your brow hair and make your brow hair look thicker. It's insane how thick your brows can look using this gel. And of course, I still use pencil because I almost have no brows. I fake it very well. But I don't have good brows at all. So I definitely use a pencil, but on days where I really want to go like wild and thick, I can tease my brow hairs with this and it pops right up. And the fact that they came out with so many new colors, because I think they only had like 2 or 3 shades before, probably 2 shades before, and now I think they have a lot more. I think they have 6 shades or 4 shades or something like that now. So it's definitely a great product to have if you have very sparse brows. So yes, congratulations to Benefit Cosmetics for winning my heart when it comes to the brow category. I didn't think I could ever, change my brow game, and Benefit just proved me wrong, and I absolutely love it. So that's the Benefit Brow Products for the win for 2016. So now let's move on to lips. There's a couple of things from lips that I wanted to show you. One would be a new release for 2016. Obviously, most of this class is the new releases. You guys know how much I love Saleha Beauty, right? I love the packaging. Everything's gold and beautiful and like so girly. I'm a sucker when it comes to the packaging and the formulation. If both of those are on point, you have a buyer. So Saleha Beauty mastered both. Her packaging is stunning. Her product is amazing. And she doesn't have like a huge range of so many different things. It's building now. But what I love about that when you're a company and you're starting off with some staple products and then building is you get to perfect each product as you go. And I love that. And I think you guys might have noticed that from other brands that have popped up from social media, influencers and people who are, makeup artists starting out. In the actual retail world, they start off with 1 or 2 staple products and then they build off of that and it becomes bigger and bigger and they're able to really focus their energy and their concentration on one product at a time. Saleha recently came out with her lip glosses and I wanted to swatch this particular one for you. This is called Bad Girl. And yes, I do have a coupon code for Saleha Beauty. It's DYF15. This is a public code. There's no pro discount right now. I don't know, maybe one day in the future she might create a pro discount, but my discount code is for all my followers and my students and it's permanent. It's DYF15. You get 15% off of any order. She has amazing eyeliners, highlighters. She has a bunch of lashes and eyeshadows on her site and lipsticks and lip glosses. So this is her amazing lip gloss. Look at this. One swipe, full coverage, high shine, and beautiful, comfortable feel. And I don't know if you guys remember, I had posted a picture of my lips wearing this. It was very shiny and very dark, and it was just a close-up of my lips, and everyone went crazy. This is that color. So this wins my Best of Beauty pick for 2016 when it comes to the lip category of new releases. Saleha Beauty, use the code DYF15 to save, and they have a whole line of lipsticks, lip glosses, and a bunch of other stuff on their site, which you can totally go nuts because the DYF15 discount code is for every single order you ever make. So you're taken care of, okay? So Saleha Beauty, this is what it is. And I absolutely love it. That's one swipe, you guys, one swipe. And she has some nude colors and pink colors, so there's something for everyone on there. But beware, just in case, because she sells out so fast. I swear, like every time we talk about it, everyone goes crazy and the stock like dwindles. So check and see what color she has in stock. But if Bad Girl is a part of it, that's one of my favorites. And then there's a nude one on there, which I think is called Morocco. I could be wrong, but that nudish kind of brownish one is also another one that I absolutely love. So those are my top two for Saleha Beauty. Now, another lip product that I wanted to talk about is a lip product that's been around for years, but in 2016, they expanded their shade range and added several new shades. So I thought it would be very appropriate for me to talk about them. And that would be Girlactic Beauty. Girlactic Beauty is currently the winner of my heart when it comes to the matte liquid lipstick formula. As you guys know, I have tried literally almost every single formula when it comes to matte lipsticks. I wear matte lipsticks every day, the liquid ones. And I noticed that a lot of them are very gummy, or they create this weird line on the inside of the lip, or when you put two layers on, they become cracked or like sticky or weird. But the Girlactic one doesn't do any of those things. On my lips and on everyone I've put it on, it is so comfortable and so natural and wearable. Currently, I'm wearing this color right here, which is called Bashful. Bashful is my every single day Girlactic shade. There are two other shades that I recommend as well if you're into the coloring that I'm into. There's one called Posh, which is just a little bit warmer. It has like a hint of a burnt orange undertone in it. And so that one is just a little bit more color than this. This is like more of her kind of nudish. And then there's another one that just came out this in 2016 called Sweet. And that one is a baby pink. So if you like the colors that I like, and if you're like similar coloring to me, those are the three that I would recommend to get for sure. Posh, Bashful, which is what I'm wearing, and Sweet. And you can use code DYF15 to save on every single order from Girlactic.com. So Girlactic is spelled Girlactik, all right? K at the end, Girlactic. And it is absolutely, like by far, hands down, my all-time favorite liquid lipstick formulation ever. If I ever come out with liquid lipsticks, this would be my competition. Like that's how much I love it so much. And it would be really hard to beat because she has worked so hard to make this the best possible. One time she came out with a batch, I was meeting with her. I don't know if you guys saw this on my Snapchat, but we were meeting and I was waiting for more Bashful because I was running low, and she was like, my Bashful formulation is a little bit different. I'm not coming out with it until it's perfect. And I'm like, okay, what happened? And she goes, well, every time you order something from the lab, there could be little changes, like even the slightest little thing can change. And so you have to approve it every time you order a new batch of product. And I mean, this is how much work goes into a line. When you come out with a color, it's not just like one and done, you're good forever. You have to continuously check for product quality, color, and making sure that it's consistent with all of your previous batches. So one batch had come out which wasn't exactly the same. Girls and boys out there, I could not tell the difference. She showed me both, the original batch and the new one that she did not approve. I couldn't even tell a difference. I was like, girl, like this is fine. She was like, no. Do you see that little line, that little dry line? I'm like, no, I don't see it. She goes, well, I see it, and I disapprove that whole batch. So that's the type of brand that Girlactic is. They're very, very picky with their stuff. They will not release a batch unless it's 1,000% perfect. They won't release it. And I think that's what I love so much about them, is because I'm very much like that too. But then Galactic isn't my company, so I didn't know what to look for when I was comparing the two. But of course, like with my future line, I'm very, very, very picky already. Hint, hint. So anyways, Galactic Beauty wins my all-time favorite, not just for 2016, but for even the years before it. Ever since I've been using their matte lip paints, nothing else compares. I still wear other things, but I always go back to this for my everyday. It's just so comfortable. So DYF15 is the code for that. Enjoy, enjoy. Now let's move on to tools. So as you guys know, there's a few tools out there that I've been using lately and that I've been showing on my Snapchat, and one that I even threw in for a giveaway. Actually, a couple of them I threw in for my giveaways over the Christmas time. One would be the Lash Story Pro from House of Lashes. So House of Lashes is one of my all-time favorite lash brands. They have human hair lashes, and I believe there must be some synthetics in there as well. And what I love is this thing right here. You guys, this is so essential. If you're a makeup artist, especially a traveling makeup artist, and or even if you have a studio like I do and you have brides coming in that want to see a menu of your lashes, how awesome would it be to whip this out and be like, oh, which one would you like, madame? This is the Lash Story Pro Edition. Lash Story Pro Edition is that big old lash book. It doesn't come with the lashes inside. You put your own lashes in there. So I put my lashes in here, and it has space for all of these pairs, plus a full-size glue of the clear and the black glue. And so I just thought this was just the best thing ever. So I included a Lash Story Pro book to all of my students for the masterclass in San Francisco this past year, and they fell in love with this book. It's so nice. And I mean, you don't have to put House of Lashes in there. You can put any brand. But I filled mine up with House of Lashes. So when I have a bride that comes in and she doesn't know what kind of lash she wants, but she wants to see what I have, I whip this out and I'm like, okay, pick which one you like. And then that's that. And then I have the stock of my lashes somewhere else. So I don't actually take them from here and put it on them. I use a fresh box. But let's say if you have a wedding with several bridesmaids, you can actually put them in here so you don't have to waste time opening boxes in between clients. You can literally just have brand new pairs in here and use it straight from the book, and then fill up the book between every day's bookings. So this is definitely something amazing. House of Lashes Lash Pro, which also, since we're on the subject of lashes, I wanted to show you my top pick for 2016 as far as lash releases, and that's also from House of Lashes. It's the Le Petit Triple. So House of Lashes came out with their individual lashes last year, which are the ones that you just layer on individually. It's not like a full strip. And usually I'm not into individuals that much because it just takes forever to put them on for me. And I'd rather, like, I like to layer so many on so that it actually shows. But then when House of Lashes came out with their triples, these are like layering 2 or 3 individuals or more. It's super thick and fanned out at the same time. So even just putting on 1 or 2 or 3 on the outer portion of your eye, you get such a beautiful fanned out look. And I've used this in a lot of my makeup videos this past year, and I've used it in a lot of my classes, and you guys have seen how beautiful it looks and how custom you can make the lashes. So it comes with the short, the medium, and the long lengths, but they're all super thick and super fanned out. So I use my shorts here, mediums here, long here, or for people who want a rounder eye look, I'll use the long ones on the center and medium and medium. And then just on the inner corner, maybe 1 short. But you can do whatever you want. You can even go super spiky with them. Like, they're so amazing. So I included these in the goodie bags as well for a lot of my master classes. So House of Lashes wins the award for me for the best lash releases of 2016, including that book. Now back to the tools. I know you guys were asking a lot about the Gabby Ross makeup brush collection. This is what it is. So some of them are missing because they're in my personal makeup kit right now and I wasn't able to go back and forth. But the Gabby Ross makeup brush collection, this is the luxury edition. This is limited edition as well. She has very few left, so if you guys want to order them ASAP. I also have coupon codes for you for that, so I'll let you know in just a moment. But it's basically a huge brush portfolio. By the way, mine's dirty because I just used it on a client and I haven't cleaned it yet. I'm on maternity leave, so I'm not using it on anyone else anytime soon, but I just have to clean them. So it has all the powder brushes, the dual fiber brushes. It has the oval brushes, which is the ones that I've been using in my videos. These are the oval brushes. It has the eyeshadow brushes, it has liner brushes and all that stuff, and then more dual fiber, fan, all sorts of stuff. It has basically everything you're gonna need for any one of my makeovers. She actually created this set based on my DYFL online teachings. So some of the brushes that I've been using from other companies, she kind of created her own like all-inclusive set. Now this set is $300, but she I believe currently has a sale right now. Plus she's offering you guys a special discount code. So let me tell you what those codes are, because my permanent code, as long as she's selling these, which by the way, again, like I said, this set is limited edition. It's not going to be around for long, so by the time you watch this video, you'd be very lucky if she still had any on her website, which I'll share with you. It's GabbyRossMakeupShop.com. It's spelled GABYROS makeupshop.com. GABYROS makeupshop.com. The code for her, like the permanent code, is DYF for $20 off plus free shipping to the US. Then just for this month of January, so till the end of January 2017, January 31st is when this expired, when this will expire. It is an extra discount for only you guys. So I'm not posting this discount code on social media. This is just for you guys. It's DYFL 30. DYFL 30 will give you $30 off plus free shipping until January 31st instead of the normal $20 off discount. It's going to be $30 off. So that means $30 off. That means each brush in there is only $10. And a lot of those brushes are worth like $40 each if you bought them separately somewhere else, so, or more. So getting each brush for only $10 each when you split it up is insanely low. It's an amazing deal. Even the $20 off is an amazing deal, but this is extra. So for this month only, January, use the code DYFL30 for $30 off plus free shipping in the US. GabbyRossMakeupShop.com. Okay, so that's that. Also, House of Lashes, I have a code. I totally forgot to give that to you. House of Lashes code is DYF Pro Glue. DYF Pro Glue for houseoflashes.com is going to give you a free mini glue set. So it has the clear glue and the black glue, both of them, plus 15% off of your first purchase. Once you are an actual DYF certified graduate, if you come to the academy once I start teaching again after my maternity leave, or if you've already have earned the DYF certificate, then you can go ahead and go on their website and turn in your actual certificate copy for 30% off of all your purchases forever. So that's their pro discount program with the certificate. But if you don't have a certificate and you're just an online member, she's given us a special discount code, which she has not given to anyone else. It's just for us, for DYFL, and that would be DYF Pro Glue. 15% off your first purchase plus a free mini glue duo set. So whatever lashes you've ever wanted, buy them all together because this is a one-time discount thing that you'll get 15% off. So stock up on that. Okay, so now moving on to classics There's one item in the classic department that I wanted to share with you. I fell in love with it in 2016. I was really late. Everyone else already loves it. I feel like the world was like, Tam, what the hell? What's wrong with you? Why don't you like this? It's not that I didn't like this product. I always liked it. It worked well. It's just that I still preferred my method over using this tool. And that tool is the Beauty Blender. I am now a believer, okay? I'm not too big to admit that I was closed-minded when I first tried it. I used it on myself, and I tried to use it on some clients, and I was just being really lazy, and I thought that it was inconvenient to have to shampoo it every single time, and how it stained and all that stuff, and how you have to wet it and all that. But I figured out a way that works for me, because everybody is different. In 2016, I used this sponge a lot. I used it on so many of my videos, on so many of my clients, even if it was just for blending the under eye concealer or blending the contour or something. I would whip this out because I would realize, oh my God, this is really actually very easy to blend with. I actually think I might love this. And I was shocking myself. Like, how can Tam, the queen of makeup brushes, like a sponge? And the truth is, it took me a while, but Beauty Blender ended up totally stealing my heart in 2016, and that's why they deserve a huge spot in today's class. Beauty Blender, you rock. I don't know what else to say. I think you're very easy to use. The fact that you're an egg shape makes it very easy with the tip. And the way that I figured out that I like is dry. So that's where it took me a while to love it, because I like it. It's fine wet. It works fine wet, but it's just that I don't like diluting product. I don't like diluting foundation. I don't want any water on it. Even though it's not watery, you're supposed to like wet it, squeeze it out, and then just use it damp. I didn't want to do that because when I did it on myself, I could still see my freckles, and I'm just like not into it. So what I did was I started using it dry, just as a blender. So I would apply all the product with like my regular brushes, and then when I would blend the under eye concealer or blend the contouring and highlighting, I would bounce the Beauty Blender, and that's using it dry. It would absorb the extra product really nicely, and it just came out so perfect. Like, it would set so nice. And that's when I realized, okay, I am a believer. I'm a Beauty Blender girl now. Like I said, I'm not too big to admit my mistakes or my lack of judgment for being so close-minded about this, but I now admit that this is a great product. So Beauty Blender wins my classic category for my 2016 favorites. Yay. So now the last thing that I'm going to talk about is the hair category. And of course, it's going to sound super biased, but yes, I helped create this product with BombayHair.com. I think it's bomb. I think it's literally the best in the market. I have tried every brand when it comes to hair. I've seen it. My brides have brought them in before I came out with mine, and I was never happy. And so I ended up creating my own hair extension line with Bombay Hair, and I have to say, it's the best. And I'm not saying it because my name is on it. I'm saying it because I am that picky that I would never put my name on something that I didn't 100,000% believe in. And so I want to show you, this is a used set, by the way, so it's curly. But this is the Bombay Hair Extensions solid range. I have two ranges with Bombay Hair. One hair extension range is the ombre hair extensions, which came out in December of 2015, but we sold out immediately after launching. I didn't realize how many of you were waiting so long for it. So we relaunched in January, and then my solid color line came out a few months later. So this is for 2016. It's the solid color line, and I want you to just like see how thick it is, okay? This is literally just, let me see, this is one piece, two. By the way, I haven't brushed it. This was used on my girlfriend Laura in one of our hair classes, and I left it here, and I haven't brushed it yet. 3, and 4. This is just 4 out of the 10 pieces, and you can see how like thick it is. I've curled it with also my own tool set from BombayHair.com. It's the Tamana Complete Styling Set, which is also, oh my God, my holy grail. I don't use any other tools. I just use my tool set from Bombay Hair and my hair extensions from Bombay Hair. So this is how thick only 4 pieces is. These are the 4 larger pieces, and then there's 6 other slightly smaller and smallest pieces that also come in the set. So it comes with 10 pieces. This is the rest of it. And as you can see, what I love about this hair, this is what makes it different from all the others out there. It's just as thick at the root as the ends. There are no stringy ends. The roots and the ends are just as thick. So you don't get those weird straggly, very, I don't know, damaged looking ends at all. It's just perfect hair from root to tip. And as a hairdresser who also does hair, by the way, it comes with the brush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and brush it right now. As a hairdresser who does updos on my brides, I don't wanna have to fill their whole head up with clip-in hair extensions. It's annoying. I don't wanna use so many just to get that thick look. I want each hair extension that I use, each pack, to be thick at the ends too, because otherwise I'm gonna have to pile so much more weight on her head and it's gonna hurt her. So I developed these with Bombay Hair because I figured, you know what? I can't be the only one who feels this way. And people aren't stupid. People know what quality is if they see it. And I'm gonna deliver them something that is gonna beat everything out there. Now, as you can read, a lot of brands will say how many grams the hair is. Don't be fooled, because when you're looking at grams, it could be, and this is a lot of times the case, unfortunately. So many of my brides have brought different brands in, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? This is 270 grams. Like, where are the ends? All the weight is on the top half of the hair, and then the ends are like thin and stringy. These are thick. These are mine. And so all their weight that they're weighing is really just the top half, and then everything else is like so stringy. So the grams that we have in our hair is the same from root to tip. So that's where you're getting this amazing quality. This is just 4 pieces, you guys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 pieces of my hair. This is insane. So Tamana hair extensions. If you go to BombayHair.com and go to the Tamana collection, that's going to be my page. The stuff that I worked so hard on with them. Literally, we went through 2 years of product development, 2 years before I finally approved my first batch of ombre colors, and then another several months after that until I finally approved my solid color range, okay? That's how much time it took. It was so crazy for me, but I didn't care. I wanted it to be perfect. So go to BombayHair.com, the Tamana collection. You'll see my wand, my curling wand set, and my straightener set, the one that I always use in my videos. It's the only thing I ever use. It's the only thing you'll ever need. And by the way, it comes with a warranty. So if there's any electrical issue or any problem with anything, it's a 1-year warranty on that, you guys. So you're taken care of. There's really a risk-free situation going on there. So BombayHair.com, that's one. And then we have my ombre hair extension line, and then we have the solid color range. So all 3 of those products are right there on BombayHair.com. And I do have coupon codes for you. This is just for my students, you guys. So the Bombay Hair discount for the extensions, this is just for the Tamana extensions. I know a lot of you get confused because there's Bombay Hair actually carries a whole bunch of other types of extensions and a whole bunch of other like hair tool sets. This is just for the Tamana collection, okay? This is just for my collaboration line with them. So if you want the Tamana hair extensions or the Tamana ombre hair extensions, the code is STUDENT20. STUDENT20 is going to give you $20 off. And if you want my styling set, my curling wand set that comes with a straightener and all the accessories and the warranty, that is student25, and that will give you 25% off of my styling. So student 25 for 25% off of the styling set, or student 20 for $20 off the extensions. So again, you guys, it's only for the Tamana Complete Styling Set or the Tamana Hair Extensions, okay? So enjoy those codes. Those are permanent codes, and they are a secret. So all these codes that I'm telling you guys, unless I say it's a public code, these are just for you. So I would appreciate not spreading it out, because you guys are paying for membership. You guys are earning benefits that other people don't get. These are not codes that I'm publicly talking about at all, unless I say that it is a public discount. So all of these things is just for you guys. Cool stuff. So that's that. And now, okay, I'm just gonna make sure I gave you guys all the codes. So House of Lashes DYF Pro Glue, my Morphe discount code. So that's all for my 2016 favorites. Now I'm just gonna talk about my codes for a couple minutes before you guys see the Q&A, which is going to be after this. So I have a Morphe code, which is a public code. It's DYF. That's the discount for 10%. But if you are DYF certified and can provide the certificate to Morphe brushes, then your discount goes up to 20% instead of 10%. And it's not a code, it's an actual enrollment that you have to pay for membership on Morphe. I think it's like $25 a year or something. Like MAC also has a fee, a yearly fee. Morphe has a yearly fee. So that's that. Impressions Vanity. You guys love all the vanity lights that are in my studio. It's the big mirrors with the lights around them. Very Hollywood, very glamorous. Impressions Vanity also has a code for you guys. It's DYF Pro for 25% off of every single order. They have vanity mirrors and lights. They have ring lights. They have cell phone lights. They have organizers, all sorts of stuff, vanities. They have a great website. So anything you want on an Impressions Vanity, if you are one of my students right now, you get 25% off of every order by using DYF Pro. I gave you the LA Girl Cosmetics Tamana 20. I gave you the AJ Crimson DYF Academy. The next one is Cosmo Cube. The acrylic organizers that I have in my DYF Academy studio is all from Cosmo Cube, and if you enter DYF Academy at checkout, you'll get 15% off. So DYF Academy at the Cosmo Cube website for 15% off. And then Vera Mona. Vera Mona has a discount for you guys. It's called, it's for 25% off for their pro discount. And it's MUA for life. It's MUAFORLIFE. MUA for life. We'll give you 25% off of veramona.com. They are the makers of the color switch brush wipey thing, where you clean your brushes in between clients. Just not in between clients, in between colors. It switches your color for you. And also they have makeup sponges and cool brushes and stuff. So MUA for life for 25% off. And then also for free shipping, just type in Zero Shipping. ZERO shipping for free shipping. And then as far as the brands that accept the DYF certificate, in case any of you are certified by Dress Your Face, you will be approved for several brands that accept certifications. Some of these brands require a yearly fee. Some of them require more than just your certificate. You may have to show your certificate plus other proofs of artistry, which could be some sort of licensing, union card, tear sheet, business cards, things like that. So check with their websites to see what they require. But most of them will accept the DYF certificate, and that would be Tarte, Benefit, House of Lashes, Morphe, Natasha Denona, Namies, and at Namies that includes Anastasia Beverly Hills, Lorac, Makeup Forever, Dose of Colors, Smashbox, Galactic, Stila, Laura Mercier, Elsie, Eve Pearl, etc. They are all at Namies. Gerard Cosmetics, Flutter Lashes, Cinema Secrets, Inglot, Kevin Aquan, NYX Pro, Sigma, Gleam by Melanie Mills, Bobbi Brown, Urban Decay, Cover FX, the list goes on. And a lot of these brands you'll be able to save anywhere from 30 to 50%. So definitely it is worth it to be DYF certified if you're looking for these extra discounts. But even if you're not DYF certified, all the discount codes that I mentioned to you, those can absolutely be used for you guys especially. So I actually texted the owners of most of these brands to arrange this for you because of my special relationship with them and their respect for you. They know that you're, learning very, very high quality education, and you guys absolutely deserve the best of the best for the best prices you can get. So these codes are not for everyone, they are just for you, and I hope you appreciate them. So now I'm gonna wrap up, and you guys are going to be left with a very detailed Q&A session starting now. Okay, so beauty_made_easy is asking, please tell me how to decide what blush shade would look good for a look. So the way I choose my blush shades is usually based on what I want to use for the person's lips or for my own lips. So if I'm going to go very pink on the lips, I want to go pinky on the blush. If I'm going nude on the lips, I want to go more warm on the blush or nude on the blush. If I'm going berry, then I go with berry, plum with plum, and you get the idea. But if someone's going for a red lip, then as long as the blush is warm, not pink, but like more of a warmer bronzy look, it will look good. So try not to mix cools and warms together when it comes to the bottom half of your face. So cheek and lip should have the same undertone as far as warm or cool. And the eyes, you can do whatever you want. There's no rules. You just go nuts with the eyes, do whatever you want. But blush, I usually pair it up based on what's on the lips. There's a lot of questions about pores. Madi.shah.nakvi is asking a lot about pores. How to make the pores look less visible. Should we use a minimum amount of foundation, or is it the powder? My pores are hardly visible, but as soon as I apply heavy coverage powder or foundation, they tend to look bigger. No matter how clean they are, or no matter how much exfoliation I've done, nothing really seems to help. There are certain things that will help, but again, depending on the actual pore size, if you have larger pores or deeper pores, even if you do these things that I'm about to tell you, they can still end up showing up. And a lot of times people that have pores look so much better without heavy makeup because it almost looks completely camouflaged when you're just looking at bare skin. When you put makeup on, then all of a sudden you see all this texture. So I'm not surprised that you feel like, without makeup you have this, less visible pores and then more visible pores with makeup on. Some of the things that you can try is using astringent after you wash your face. Astringent is like toner. Basically, it tightens up your skin and it can shrink your pore size temporarily. And one of them that I like is from Obagi, and it's called Pore Therapy. So you can write this down, Obagi Pore Therapy. You can look it up on Amazon, anywhere online. I bought mine from Amazon. And it's good for the areas. You just use it with a little bit of like a cotton ball or something, and you just wipe it all over the face. It's a liquid, and then you can put on your serum and hydration and all that stuff, and then your makeup. And it tends to help to a degree. But as far as something like a primer that you can use, the Benefit POREfessional is my all-time favorite pore primer, and I literally press it into my client's skin on the areas that they have very heavy pores, and then when you put on foundation, you stipple it over instead of rubbing it. That way it just kind of packs in the pore, so that when you put on your powder over it, it looks a little bit smoother because you're kind of filling your pores with the makeup. But please keep in mind, because you are literally packing product into your pores to fill it up and to smooth it out, you have to make sure at the end of the night that you're doing a deep cleansing ritual on the days that you do that to your face, because you want to make sure all that comes out before you go to bed at night. Other things that work as far as like longer term stuff, exfoliation every day is always a plus, but you may want to try something a little bit deeper. There are LED light therapies that can help shrink your pore size. There's lasers that can help shrink the pore size. And there's also exfoliating treatments like microdermabrasion that you do several times a year, and every time you do it, it sloughs off a top layer of the skin and it ends up shrinking your pores over time. It also helps with scarring on the face and pigmentation and things like that, but it is pretty rough on your face. So definitely, if you're thinking of doing any type of facial like that, have a consultation, make sure it's right for you, and then I would give it a try, because if all those other things are not helping, and if this is something that's really bothering you and you want to be able to wear a nice, good amount of makeup without seeing pores everywhere, you might want to consider maybe a facial treatment. Mia_Yusuf is asking, what's the best foundation you've ever used so far? For my clients, I still love the same like MAC Studio Fix liquid and MAC Studio Fix powder over it. It's just been my go-to. On myself, I've really liked Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer. It's super heavy, and I love heavy. I like thick, cakey, heavy makeup on myself. I like to feel it because I have dry skin, so when I feel my makeup, I feel hydrated and I feel kind of comforted and cushioned. So I like Kevyn Aucoin. That's like my ultimate holy grail makeup item for myself as far as foundation. It's a concealer and foundation in one. I don't have to use concealer when I use that. But yeah, MAC Studio Fix, I love on my clients because it's blendable and it's more friendly as far as how much you use. Kevyn Aucoin, I'll go through so fast unless I dilute it, and what's the point in diluting it when you want a full coverage? So yeah, those are my top favorites. Also, LCE foundation is really good too for the everyday look, and for clients who want to look polished but don't want to feel heavy. LC Cosmetics foundation is really good too. Jasmeet Dadwal is asking, hey hun, love watching all your videos, love being DYFL member, thank you. I wanted to know, you don't really use moisturizer before primer in your live classes, so is it that the models already have moisturizer on, or is there no need for it since you're using primer? Also, I have puffy eyes, what can I do to make them not look puffy? I use MAC Pro Longwear Concealer and MAC Studio Fix Powder, but I still kind of have tired of puffy eyes, thank you. So when it comes to moisturizer, I tell my models to already have it on. I tell my brides to already come with their moisturizer and eye cream on, but when I'm touching their skin before I get started, I kind of like feel their skin. And if I feel anything too dry, then I'll go ahead and apply some moisturizer, or I'll use a primer that has moisture in it. The reason why I like them to already have moisturizer on is because I want to make sure that they're using things that their skin's already used to. But I do let them know, especially my brides, not to use SPF because it's going to mess up flash photography. SPF bounces light too much, and so when they take pictures, their face is going to glow all white, and then the rest of their body is going to be tan, and it's going to look awful. So no SPF, or very little SPF if you have to, but I have them already wear their moisturizer. But like I said, I do have moisturizer for them. If they feel dry, I can always put mine on, but I prefer them to use theirs. And then for puffy eyes, normally, when it comes to puffy eyes, there's a couple things you could do. One, there are certain eye creams that tend to tighten up the skin a little bit. But again, those are very, very temporary. It's not like a long-term effect. What I had to do, I had very puffy eyes, and I still do have puffy eyes. It's been like over a year since I did this procedure, but there was an under eye circle procedure I did in Beverly Hills with Dr. Simon Orion. And basically what he does is he'll use a laser to brighten up around your eye area, and that kind of removes your dark circles. And then for the puffiness and stuff, he injects, like, I have a groove here and then puffiness above it. So he'll inject a little bit of filler in your groove so that everything just looks really smooth and straight rather than a bag. And that lasted over a year on me, and just now I've noticed that it's like starting to wear off. But I'm also super pregnant, so I don't know if I'm just tired. I don't know, but when I'm not pregnant anymore, inshallah, I'm definitely looking forward to going back and doing another treatment, because it's supposed to last about a year anyway, so I'm pretty much overdue for my second treatment. But that's one thing. But as far as like makeup is concerned, if you want to use makeup, the area under your bag, so let's say you have a big old bag, which I'm sure you don't, but let's say you feel like you have a bag. The puffy part, don't go so white with your concealer and your powder on your puffy part. Underneath the puffy part where the groove is, that's where you go a little bit lighter.
So with a smaller brush, I go in with like a banana powder or like a light color powder, and I add really light on that dark groove part. But above here, you can add your regular skin color powder or even a hint of bronzer, and it makes the puffiness look like it's going in. So it's like this like optical illusion where you're bringing out the part that's too deep and you're tucking in the part that's too puffy. So try that and see how that works. I'm going to jump over to some of the later questions. Raj_henna_studio, what do you recommend for lip plumper products instead of lip injections? There's this lip plumper device, this red device that you literally suck your lips into, and it engorges your lips with your own blood. It's so gross. Like, it's like a horrible thing to say, but it really does work well, and it's temporary. So it's just, you know, right before you go out or right before you're taking pictures, you can do that. Basically, it's called Full Lips Enhancer. You can find them on Instagram, Full Lips Enhancer, and they come in different shapes and sizes, so I would check that out. They are one of my biggest sponsors for my world tours, so I did gift all my students those things, and it's kind of cool. Like, when you don't have big lips, just suck that little device and your lips get nice and plump and ready. There's also lipsticks that contain like cinnamon or spice in it that make your lips irritated and therefore make them look bigger. So that's another option as well. But again, you know, it's they're all temporary. They sound like they're very unsafe. Overly doing it, yeah, I'm sure you can kind of mess up or get bruises. When you're sucking that thing, if you suck too hard, you can get bruised. So you want to go really slow and ease into it. And then, of course, when you're using like peppers and spices around your lip, or lip plumper lipsticks that have those spices in them to make your lips irritated and bigger, yeah, it's basically your body telling you, oh my God, I'm dying, like, oh my God. But again, it's temporary. I'm not too fussy when it comes to those kind of things. I've literally even used a chili pepper. Like, I've cut a chili pepper and I pasted it all over my lip, and for the whole day my lips were like bright red and puffy, and I loved them. And I was crazy psychotic. My parents were like, what the hell is wrong with you? But the things we do for like beauty is so stupid sometimes, but whatever. We can do what we want. We're girls. We have fun with it. So yeah, those are just some ideas. But just please be careful, because you could totally blister up if you try that. I'm so shocked that I didn't blister. My lips were on fire all day because of the chili pepper, but you could blister. So like with the lip plumping machine things, like not the machines, but the little sucking devices, you know, those can bruise you, and then like you can react to the actual lip plumping, you know, lipsticks and chilies. So just be really, really careful. Try it a little bit and then see what happens. Simply Elegant.by is asking 2 questions. Number 1, how do you tame flyaways when doing an updo or downdo? So in my hair updo classes, I actually talk about that in every single class. With flyaways, I use a little extra hairspray, and then I use my wand, and I literally just go over the area that I want to remove the flyaways, and then those flyaways get stuck to the rest of the hair, so you can't see them. So the hairspray is like that agent that's like glue. So you spray your hair a little bit, not too much, just a light mist, and then take your hot wand and just glide it over that area, and the little stragglies that are sticking up will then literally be glued down to your head. So that's what I do to tame flyaways when doing an updo. Even with downdos, if I'm doing the Hollywood wave, I'll spray that wave at the end, and then I use my wand and I go doot, 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 and I kind of go wave to wave, and it'll make sure that the flyaways stay really tucked in. And then the second question that you had was, I have an oily face. I use Prep and Prime from MAC, then NARS for my foundation, and set it with Studio Fix, but by the end of the night I feel and look extremely oily, more than usual. How do I eliminate this problem? So I'm not too familiar with NARS foundation. I use the Prep and Prime from MAC on my oily skin clients all the time, but I would suggest using the Cinema Secrets Super Sealer before and after your makeup as well. And that should like absolutely do the trick. And then Urban Decay came out with their all-nighter primer spray and all-nighter makeup setting spray. So you can try that as well. If Cinema Secrets isn't easy for you to get, try the Urban Decay all-nighter sprays, and that should also do the trick. But again, I'm not familiar with NARS foundation. I've not really tried the NARS foundations or anything. I pretty much just use MAC, and I use so many layers of stuff that it literally will take a miracle for any type of oil to seep through all that. Okay, let's see a few more questions and then we'll say bye. Okay, so Glam by HKS is asking about face powders. Will you suggest to buy Studio Fix plus MAC mineralized powders? Like, what's the difference? Why do you prefer Studio Fix over the mineralized besides for the coverage? Let me know. So the reason why I like to set the face with MAC Studio Fix rather than the mineralized is because the Studio Fix is a complete matte. There's absolutely no shine in the Studio Fix at all. But in the mineralized, there's a little sheen to it, and sometimes that can make the pores look larger if someone has deep pores. And also sometimes it can look a little bit muddy if it has a little ash tone in it. So with the mineral, and then also the colors, there's not as many mineralized colors as there are in Studio Fix. So, and then of course the coverage, like I said, the coverage is amazing with the MAC Studio Fix. So that's why I use Studio Fix and not the mineralized. However, there are 2 mineralized colors that I do carry in my kit just in case I need to do something. So like I carry the light, which is the light mineralized, and it's like almost an off-white color. It's so white. And I sometimes will use that on my very, very fair skin clients as a finishing powder just for a little bit of a sheen, but I do not use it for those who have acne, bumps, or deep pores because it'll show it more. For those clients, I stick with only matte. And then I have the darker one, I think it's called Deep Dark or something, and that one I use sometimes for bronzing. If I feel like my girls look too white, sometimes I'll add that just for like a little bit of a color all over, because with a bigger powder brush it's really sheer. So those are the only 2 that I really carry, but everything else is MAC Studio Fix. Okay, but again, so many questions about listing the colors, so that's what we're going to end with. So here you go. Go ahead and whip out your paper and pen or whatever you're writing with, and these are the colors that I have in my makeup kit for powders and concealers and foundations, and they're all MAC, by the way. So MAC Studio Fix liquid, I carry anywhere from NC20 all the way down to NC45, and then I have samples of the super dark ones. So the actual colors that I would recommend, like let's say if you have the same kind of clientele that I have, like I work with all skin tones and all skin types, but the big chunk of my clients will look like me because I'm me. I'm sure for those of you out there that have a completely different physical look to you, you attract clients that almost kind of look like you or have the same skin coloring as you. Because they just trust that you would know what to do with their face if you look like them. So a lot of my clients that book me are clients that are Indian or Afghan or Middle Eastern or Arab or Armenian, or those clients that have like my complexion. So because those are most of my clients, most of my colors are in the medium to tan skin range. But I do, of course, still have my Caucasian models. I still have my African American models. And so I like to carry a little bit of everything with me. But for the Studio Fix, I have NC20, NC25, NC35, NC40. By the way, the NC35 I barely use. I kind of switch between NC25 to 40. The 35 is just so similar to both of them that I almost never use it. It's just there. 40. And I use NC42 a lot on my Indian brides. It's a very popular shade. And NC45. I also have NC44 just because I thought it was a really great in-between shade. So I have all of those. As you can notice, they're all NCs. I have one NW25 as well for those who are not so yellow. But most of my foundations are warmer toned, and if I ever need to cool it down, I'll just make sure that my highlight color is super like ivory so that their face doesn't look yellow at the end of the makeover. But if you guys have been my students for a while, then you'll know that I'm not really picky about foundation because we do so many layers after foundation that the foundation doesn't even show. So if it's not a perfect match, I don't really care because it's not going to show at the end anyway. What I care about is more of like the powder colors because that's what's going to show. So the powder colors that I have are pretty much the same exact colors as my foundation colors. I also carry NC41 and NC44.5 and all these random colors from Dubai. So if any of you are in Dubai or go to Dubai ever, definitely get those weird shades that are not here in the US because they're amazing in between shades. NC41 is amazing. NC44.5 is a really, really good tan color. Those are the two that I bought from Dubai mainly. But yeah, so those powders, basically the powders, I have the same colors. And I also have NC15 powder, which is really, really white. And for the powders, I also have darker shades. So like, because you can't get samples of powders, so I have purchased all the dark shades. So all the way, so from NC45, I jumped over to NW58. NW58 is a beautiful darker chocolate color for African American skin tones, and it makes a great dark contour color as well. And so that's the darkest color they carry. Actually, I asked them like a million times and they keep saying that's the darkest one we have, so I bought it. And then for the liquids for dark tones, I have 9 and 9.5 in the Face and Body Foundation. So the MAC Face and Body Foundation, I collected sample tubes and I keep it in my kit because I unfortunately don't get to work with a lot of women of color all the time. I mean, I consider myself a woman of color too, but I'm talking about African American deep dark skin tones, which are one of my favorites to work on. I would say probably my favorite skin tone to work on, and I try to get them as much as I can for my modeling on DYFL. But a lot of the African American clientele, just like the Indian clientele, tend to go towards Indian makeup artists. African American clientele usually would feel more comfortable going with an African American makeup artist because you would know more about their skin and all. Like every ethnicity is so different. I just wish more booked me because I love it. And I get to have fun. But yeah, so I try to do it on DYFL as much as possible. If I do find a model that fits a specific category that I want to teach, I will absolutely continue. But yeah, when it comes to that, I don't have, like, a majority of my clients are not African American, so I have samples of that to save space in my kit because I have to be smart about what I'm filling my kit up with, and I don't want to bring 10 boxes with me to the studio. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I pack very, very like concise. So that's how I work with that. And then as far as like the really, really, really pale girls, I'll pretty much use like NC15 foundation or powder. If they're lighter than that, I have my palettes from Cinema Secrets that have super, super white colors to dark. And then of course, hello, the AJ Crimson kit. He has super white to super dark. So now I just have this, and it makes my life so much easier that way too. So that's what I have in that. And then as far as concealers, they're MAC Pro Longwear concealers. The only few that I ever use is NC20 for my light girls and NC25 for my medium. And then I use NC42 for my more tan girls and also for dark circles. So if you have dark circles, which another question that I saw a few times, which I usually answer a lot, but I'll answer again. And I do have a class of dark circles, which I'll bring back if it's not on the homepage right now. It might be on the homepage actually, but if it's not, I'll bring it back. Dark circles, you need to use a concealer that has enough orange in it to brighten it up. So with that, I like the NC42, even on my lighter tone girls, because it has enough orange in it to knock out the dark circles, and then you can use whatever color, they really are over it if you need to. But usually that alone will do it. And then I also have NC45 for my more pigmented tanner girls for a more caramel look under their eyes. So those are the colors that I have. I hope you guys were able to write those down. You can always rewind this once it's uploaded to the site so you can kind of hear me say it again if you missed anything. Other than that, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for your support through my whole journey this year. It has been a rough year for me, but it's also been such a huge blessing in so many ways, including with the baby on the way, and she's literally due any week now, which is why today has to really be my last live session, because I would hate to have a live session scheduled and then me not show up because of whatever situation. And with all the pain, and I don't know if you guys have been following me on Snapchat and close enough on Instagram, but there's been a lot of it's not fun. I don't know if any of you, I mean, I'm sure most of you out there have been pregnant, are moms, but some of you haven't, and I'm here to tell you the truth. It is not fun. Maybe you might have a very magical pregnancy, but mine definitely wasn't. Nonetheless, we're very, very excited. And as you can see, I'm super swollen. I've changed a lot. I'm like 1.5 times bigger than I was in the beginning of the year. Crazy. If you saw my old videos, I looked very scary skinny. So a lot has changed, and I'm tired. I'm so tired. So I don't want to risk having classes scheduled and me not being able to come in because of whatever reason, even if it's not labor related. It's really rough. Your last month of pregnancy is really, really rougher than all the other months. So I'm going to try to take it easy, but knowing me, I'm not going to be taking it easy because I have so much to do at home and so much preparation stuff. And I've planned so many things for you guys. So here is what is happening for DYFL. I've said this in all my latest classes too, but I just don't want you to feel like I'm leaving you hanging at all, because that's not at all what's happening. In fact, we have pre-recorded a ton of amazing classes for you. Those will start to be aired starting next week. So usually around 1 a week or 1 every 10 days, because we do 3 classes a month, but normally we do 4 classes a month, minimum 3. I will start to air them next week, one by one. I will still be posting on Instagram as far as what class it is and what time it's going to be aired, what day it's going to be aired. But if you guys want a head start to look and kind of plan ahead, the schedule is also on the homepage. These classes are epic. They are amazing. They are advanced, and some of them are easier. And we're also bringing back a bunch of your requested older classes. So if there's a class that you have not seen, that you missed, that you really want to watch, please write down the class name or the topic that you want to see in the comments of that same post that I just made, so that I can have my team go ahead and add that to your available to watch now classes, because I want you guys to make sure that you are absorbing as much as possible and understanding all the other classes too. So we're gonna go ahead and honor your requests, your popular requests, and add some of those classes in. So there's gonna be some crazy, crazy good stuff. We also have a huge surprise planned for the month of January. So stay tuned on my Instagram page. That is regarding, I don't know if I should tell you, it's regarding the annual membership, products, goodies, free gifts, stuff like that. There's an update on those. So big surprise coming up. So stay tuned on my Instagram for that. Also, remember I was talking about office hours? We are going to go ahead and solidify what that means for you. So that means basically what I'm trying to do is, I know I'm not going to be able to come to the studio, especially, this last month of pregnancy and the first month of baby's, life. I may not be able to come to the studio, so I want to be able to talk to you guys and have office hours and Q&A sessions with you from my house. So we will have a system in place very soon for that, so I'll let you guys know when that is. In the meantime, if you want to be in touch with me live, I'm going to be trying my best to do Instagram live sessions, and also, of course, I'm always on Snapchat, you guys. If you don't have me on Snapchat, That's the best way to know what I'm up to and to get all your updates from me. So follow me on Snapchat. If you don't have a Snapchat, make one, because it's the best way to, stay updated. My username is DYF dash, not underscore, dash, Tamanna, TAMANNA. And you can find me there. If you forget the spelling, I wrote it in my Instagram bio. It says it right there. My Snapchat name is in my Instagram bio. So you'll find it there, and we'll be in touch. So next time I see you live like this in studio for DYFL will probably be in March. But until then, you'll see me on those other platforms and the office hours, which are coming up. And I have a ton of surprises for you. So I will pretty much be in your face a lot. Just not here, but I'll be in your face a lot. And you'll see all my videos here on DYFL starting next week. All those premium classes are starting to come in. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss the studio. I'll try my best to maybe pop in for a surprise Q&A sometime if I feel up to it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. Mwah. Bye.